as a writer and as a person, I'm not really somebody who is trying to seek attention necessarily, you know? And, you know, I don't want my personal side of me to necessarily shine, you know? Like, I don't really care if I get merit or necessarily credit for things. I just kind of do it for myself. And that's kind of like with everything that I do.
Staying humble that way, has that helped you out, you think?
Yeah, I would say so. Because I can have, you know, multiple different names in graffiti that I'm writing. Where, you know, I can have someone, maybe if I'm, you know, painting in an alleyway somewhere in daytime or something, and a kid approaches me and I'm writing one of my other names. He won't even know that, you know, I'm those 2 or 3 other names. He'll think I'm just that person and that I'm friends with those other people or something because we rep the same crews.
It seems like, you know, there's 2 types of, you know, writers, the ones that are, you know, have inspiration and the ones that have desperation. And it seems like the ones that are, you know, focusing on their desperation, like, how do I get more of this? How do I get more of that? It seems like there's a bigger picture, not only of the graph game, but life, that they're truly missing. And I think social media, possibly in a negative way, is really feeding on that in people. It's making people desperate. It's not inspiring them to go out and bench trains. It's making them, you know, putting them into a state of despair to think, oh, this guy's got this daytime spot, or this guy has it so easy.
Yeah, well, for sure, man. Like, I mean, with the internet and social media and everything nowadays, and so many more just people on this planet, and so many more people engaged in social media and the internet, it's harder to be heard nowadays, you know? It's harder to have the little piece of you heard by everybody. And, you know, so kids really are desperate for the attention nowadays. And, you know, they put their stuff on blast online every different way they can. They tweet about things, you know. They're in real time, and it's a pretty crazy thing. And you know, the desperation of it all and the attention of it all, and, you know, people posting selfies and this kind of stuff. It's a sign of the times. It's a sign of society, and you can just see with the youth that, yeah, they're having a hard time being heard, I think.
And to add to what you're saying, you know, if fame and monetary gain is what you hope to get out of graffiti, then you'll always fall short. But if you paint for self-fulfillment and because you enjoy the act of painting, that's something that's always attainable.
Hopefully they're learning the craft, you know, and that they're continuing the craft, and that in 5 or 10 years they'll care like that, and that they're not just doing the same bullshit, or that they are even still doing it, or they even still care about it, or did they care about it in the first place, you know?
I think you nailed it right there.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you know, from the first time I laid eyes on it, I cared about it, you know? I cared so much that I didn't want to do shitty stuff.
So what makes a piece good?
If you ain't got letters, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And, you know, the piece should be able to be black and white, and it should still be able to bang.
Writing other names obviously gives you slight anonymity, but do you feel like it's helped you enhance the alias that you do the most?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's almost primarily why I do it. I didn't really start doing it because I wanted more anonymity, although that's like kind of a nice side effect of it. I started writing other names just because I'm bored of doing my own, you know, doing my own letters all the time. And actually, when I first got the name Chuck, I hated it. I didn't want to keep it. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was dumb to have a normal name, and I didn't like that it had 2 C's, an H, and a U. Like, I thought all those letters sucked. And but the name stuck to me, and I stuck with it. And I knew that the only thing holding me back was my own creativity, and just, it was like, if I could overcome that name, then I could probably do any name. And then seeing people's like old school interviews, where like guys like Steen say, you have to be able to do every letter in the alphabet, and that's why I write 20 different names, because I want to master every single letter in the alphabet, and so I saw that, and I was like, well, that's what it takes to be a king. I want to be able to do every letter in the alphabet and do any fucking name better than anybody else,
Pure fucking wisdom. Let me take one of these tablets. I'm gonna take a Chuck tablet right now. Nope. Any writer in particular, maybe a mentor or someone specifically that inspired you?
I've had many mentors, both in graph and in life. I would say most of my life I've had older friends kind of leading me through life and helping me, and kind of being that older brother or older sibling that I never had. No, I would just say that these kids nowadays have to learn to be humble. They have to learn not to paint their ugly shit so big, and draw more at home.